Welcome again. This is Brother G coming to you again with another video message, another video teaching. The question that we're going to be answering today are there still prophets today? Today as we speak, 2023. And I will also say going forward. And the answer would be, sure they are. Yes, they are prophets. Are there churches today? We're going to get into this. It's going to be very simple because you've seen and I've heard, even the church that I went to, they never accepted prophets. But it was so strange. They accepted pastors and teachers and evangelists. When prophets and apostles, that should be added to. Prophet and apostles should be added. So let us get into this. So let's get into this question. One of the refutation about prophet and apostle simply is by, especially with the advent of social media and YouTube, and you could see into churches now plainly as if a spirit opened up a door and we can all see in different churches, and people are so, I don't know, it's so loose by showing in every church. So you don't really need a spirit coming to you now and telling you, like I think it's like Jeremiah or Ezekiel carrying you in the spirit behind the walls and seeing the prophets praying to snakes and all kind of craziness. We don't need the spirit to illuminate that to certain degrees. You still need the spirit to tell us certain things, but you don't need the spirit to illuminate that. But that's a still spirit anyways, that because that's a person with a camera or a video and tech going into churches and revealing everything that was behind closed doors. So we are seeing that the examples of prophets that we are seeing are crazies, and we're seeing, eccentric prophets. And so by virtue of that, I think the teaching was there before the advent of social media. So I think the reason for the idea of discontinuing prophets is the sort of ridicule that is placed upon the prophets that you see that are in high places now, according to the system. Not high places of God, but high places of system. It's people elect prophets, or prophet elect themselves based on what they're doing, and you could see it in Acts. So the reason for the refutation and many people in high places refute prophets and apostles just because they see the ridicule. But the question becomes, who discontinue prophet and apostles? And the question also becomes, if some spirit with power and authority discontinue prophet and apostles, then why didn't he discontinue teachers, evangelists, administrators, pastors, deacons, helps? I wonder why he didn't discontinue those parts of the ministry. And I don't believe in the fivefold ministry. The ministry can be bigger than that. Anyway, so it becomes strange why this authority didn't cancel out teachers, pastors, evangelists, deacon, only apostles and prophet. We can agree that many of them that we see are indeed eccentric. But that doesn't mean because that they are eccentric that they are no more prophets or apostles. You also can have eccentric teachers. You could also have eccentric pastors. So the idea that they are eccentric, or the presumption from the New Testament that they are no more prophet and apostles by distinction, it would make sense to me that there should be no more teachers, no more pastors, no more evangelists, no more helps, no more deacon. Ephesians 4:11 and 12. And he himself gave some to be apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, some pastors, teachers, for the equipping of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body. Verse 13, till we, the church, all come to the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, to the perfect man, to the measure of stature of the fullness of Christ, that we should no longer be children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the trickery of men, in the cunning craftiness of the deceitful plotting, but speaking true. Anyways, let's stop there. So if the cunningness of man stop, which is the devil, and trick us into toss us back and forth in ideas, why would then God move apostles and prophet so that men can have free reign on the church as it is, by moving the apostles and the prophet and moving two essential workers from the church so that they can grow the body to be the perfect image of the Son of God, or the perfect man in the fullness and the stature of Christ? Why would, as it says in verse 11, and he himself, so if we go back to he himself, we are looking at Christ, we are looking at the man, but the man also in the doctrine where they give us, Jesus said God is a spirit, and we know, we have the truth, know say you can't kill God. So therefore it's really God through the man gave these offices. So when did God came back and refute and take away this? Is it would be very stupid and nearsighted or blindness of God to take away two of his most essential workers for the edifying, the growing of the body of the particular people. And the cunningness of man is still here upon the earth. Why would God, as a chess player, take away two of his most essential workers and leave his people to the cunningness of man and cast them to and fro with all kind of doctrine? And this is one of the doctrine. Matter of fact, he's a liar and he's cunning. If you go back up into Ephesians in around verse 9, it says he ascended, and doesn't mean what? No, not that part. It says in verse 7, but to each one of us grace was given according to the measure of Christ's gift. Therefore he says, when he ascended on high, this is taken from the Old Testament, he led captivity captive and gave gift to men. When did we see it plainly said him take back the gifts from man? Where did it say that? The devil is cunning, and the devil operates in a preachers and teachers who are ignorant of these simple basic facts. Because if God take away him apostles and prophet, it means then that the enemy gonna come in like Paul prophesied, and it wasn't even a prophesying. Him saw them. He saw them in the churches, but they didn't have any voices yet. Him saw them around the places. So he knew that when he left, because he was a stalwart, he knows that he was the man. When he left, they're gonna see an opportunity to come in there with their wisdom of men and twist the word of truth, or what is given to us, into folly. So the truth is, friends and family and those who listen, prophets and apostles can be done away or discontinued of reasoning. And going back to Acts 1:26, when time Judas was killed and they wanted to choose another prophet. They wanted to choose another prophet, and their requirements that God give them the instinct or the understanding. Their requirement was who was with us from the beginning, and they didn't even know which one out of, I think was Matthias or one another one, which one to choose. And so the man them cast slots, what we would have call it, the man them throw dice to see which one of these guys that they would choose, and they say if whichever it fall upon became a prophet. That was the requirement then. So all you devils want to tell me, say God now take away the ability from men to choose where to choose prophets. I think Ephesians 4:11 suffice me enough with other scriptures and other incidents that God didn't take away apostles and prophets. If anything, we need true apostles and prophets. And there are many ideas that's flowing around and saying this is why prophets are discontinued. They would hearken back to Balaam. And some would even say Balaam was not a prophet. That's not true. Even if you're a seer, you're a prophet. The truth is, prophet can be good and prophet can be bad. Evangelists can be good and evangelists can be bad. Pastors can be good, pastors can be bad. It's just the work of the enemy, and he's a master chess player. But those with the spirit of truth, no matter how much he might play chess, he can't beat the people of truth because them too simple. So the thing is, if apostles and prophets are done away with or discontinued, it by extension all of the office them are discontinued. And I don't know where they get these fivefold ministry, because they need way more ministry to bring up a group of people. You need way more ministry to grow up a large group of people. So how is going to be a fivefold ministry? It's just a matter of writing. I don't understand how these people think. It's just a matter of writing. They can't put the same thing in every letter. And I guess they assuming, and rightly so, that we understand to a point that you don't have to write the same thing for no say. There's no fivefold ministry. It's a huge ministry. Even Jesus said him have many places. We sing songs like Jesus have many places for every worker. When you look into the world, you have a place for a role for darn near everything. Why would God take away his apostles and prophets? The devil is cunning. Teach them to take away their apostles and prophets, the good one, and the devil can come in and kill everybody.